hard is this stuff to hook up? Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to be doing the main stuff from my breaker panel. I'm still not like mentally there. But once I have the GridBoss hooked up, how hard is it to hook up everything else after the GridBoss? Like, how hard is it if I ended up starting with phase 1 and I end up having the GridBoss and an inverter? Is it incredibly complicated to add batteries?
No. It's all pretty straightforward, in my opinion. You know, if you're not comfortable now, don't do it. But just watch videos. It's just, hey, you gotta
watch Rodney's channel.
Hook
and
one
Eric
wire up at a time, and just, you know, do everything with the power off. If you get an electrician to do the GridBoss part, I mean, that's most of the dangerous stuff, in my opinion. But a lot of the battery stuff is quick connects now. I mean, it's pretty simple.
I got to throw this out here for simplicity's sake. So I have, over the last few months, been messing with the Anker Solix E16 system. And I have not found out there any easier system to install, period. You need a new battery, you stack it on top of an existing battery. You want to add a new inverter, you put it on top of a battery, it makes its own connection, and you put in a quick connect cable, and then you're done. You literally only need an electrician to set up one box, and then everything else is basically like thick extension cords with disconnects that you just plug in, and then you're done.
And another option that we haven't even talked about, I guess, is like we can.
Can those be outside?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Roddy. Go ahead.
Well, and I'll just, before one last thing, they do have a generator that ties directly into the system, using those same quick disconnect cables that charges the batteries directly, smartly turns the generator on and off automatically when your batteries get too low, all these different things. But it's click and done.
Okay, go ahead, Rodney.
And another option, like some people might do, is put microinverters on the panels you have, and just put that into the GridBoss as well on one of the smart ports. And I don't know if it probably wouldn't be cheaper, but there's just so many different ways to do it that, you know, if you only wanted it to run on solar during the day, you know, and you're never going to get a battery, that'd be one option. But it sounds like you're going to want to get batteries in the future. But, you know, some people might be bringing that up in the chat. I haven't even looked at and had a chance, but microinverters.
Well, Eric, do you know anything about the microinverters in Texas? My electric company, I mentioned that to them, and the girl that answered the phone, I almost blew her head off. She was like, I don't know. Like, it was.
Yeah, no, I've never dealt with them myself, but as far as I understand, it's what most residential installs have. Like when they don't have a battery system, it's going to be a microinverter system. Is that right? Okay. Am I saying that right, Adam and Rodney?
Yeah, a lot of the times, yeah, or just a grid tie inverter.
Yeah,
but basically the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can take them, like what Rodney was saying, and feed them into generator ports on some of these hybrid inverters, but that's kind of like a pre-existing system that you might have already had set up that you want to utilize when the grid goes down.
Yeah, and the idea of those is essentially they go onto the back of each solar panel. I've never put my hands on them, so this is my understanding. Go into the back of each solar panel, and they convert right there at the panel from the DC, you know, whatever it is, 23 volts, whatever, straight to the 120 volts AC, and then feed that all into whatever system you have, whether that's just straight back into your grid or whatever. That's my understanding of it. But again, I've not dealt with it.
And like you said, it's usually if you have an existing system on top of your house and you want to add in the GridBoss and hybrid inverters, it's just another option. That's if you never want to go batteries and the whole hybrid inverter system, but sounds like you do. I was just throwing it out there.
Sure. And then Adam, I would have to, so what with the whole Anker Solix thing, what's the downside of that system?
Probably cost.
Okay, so it's like, so you're gonna pay like,
Yeah,
it's gonna be an easy button, but you're gonna pay a
Correct.
lot more for that.
So
Okay.
it's really designed for folks who really don't want to mess with the DIY stuff. They just want to get something done. They want something easy that they can expand and upgrade in the future, but they don't want to have to mess with running these cables and doing all these different things. It's super simple.
Thanks for watching this clip from Unplugged Live. If you want to see the rest of the full hour show, check it out right here. We do it live every single Thursday night. Catch us live and be part of the conversation.